Congressman, thank you for being here. We must start with this. Do you of the president saying right there in the open he'd accept help from foreigners in the next election?
It's a shocking statement. Accepting assistance from a hostile foreign power like Russia is treasonous behavior. The President of the United States should condemn it. Instead, he's embracing it. And that should tell the country all that it needs to know about the current occupant in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It also makes clear that in Congress, we need to legislate such behavior out of existence in terms of making it clear that it's criminal and that any individual campaign moving forward that engages in that behavior should be locked up.
Well, you said that should tell the American people everything they need to know about the president. But the president also told that people it's normal. It's what everybody in Washington does. And when you poll the average American, they say they don't really trust the people in Congress. So given your position, what can you do to actually impact the president's behavior?
Well, the Mueller investigation had three central findings. First, that Russia interfered with our election for the exclusive purpose of trying to artificially place Donald Trump at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The second finding is that the Trump campaign willfully accepted that interference, as Donald Trump just confirmed for all in America to see. The third point is that when a counterintelligence investigation and ultimately a criminal inquiry was launched, the Trump campaign and Donald Trump may have engaged in at least 10 different instances to obstruct justice in connection with that investigation. We need to make sure that Bob Mueller tells this story to the American people and does it in a public way, and that's something that the House Judiciary Committee is determined to make happen.
Robert Mueller has said he has already done that. It's in the report. Handed it off to you. Tonight you're telling me this is treasonous behavior. If it's treasonous, shouldn't you move forward with impeachment proceedings?
Well, I think we have to move forward and stay the course in terms of following the facts, applying the law, and being guided by the United States Constitution. The approach that we've taken to date is to make sure that we are aggressively pursuing our oversight responsibilities, beginning with the hearing that took place on obstruction of justice on Monday. We've successfully won multiple court cases, including in Washington, D.C. and New York, that reaffirms Congress's ability to get information, get documents, and secure witness testimony. The Justice Department just yesterday blinked in advance of a criminal contempt potential vote that was going to take place on the floor of the House of Representatives, and now they're beginning to provide the information that we've requested, such as the underlying documentation connected with the Mueller report, as well as giving us access to some unredacted material. We should stay the course, and then eventually, when we're able to tell the full story to the American people, we'll see where that leads us.
So stay the course. This evening, the president admitting it's no big deal. He calls it opposition research to get information or help from a foreign government, i.e. Russia. That doesn't make you want to change course?
Well, the president's admission, again, is part of the body of information that we will continue to present to the American people. It speaks for itself. And it certainly will be an important part of the conversation as we move forward. We also have to continue to try to get things done on behalf of the American people, and we're committed to that as well on issues like driving down the high costs of life-saving prescription drugs and enacting a real infrastructure plan. We hope that the president, in that regard, will start to act presidential and work with us on the people's business, while at the same time we're executing our constitutional responsibilities to serve as a check and balance on an out-of-control executive branch.
Stewart was asking Congress to work for the American people yesterday. He made an impassioned case for Congress to aid 9/11 first responders. Why isn't this something that simply hasn't been fixed forever ago? You're a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. These are heroes.
Well, this is an incredibly important issue, and the bravery and the courage that the 9/11 first responders showed on that day of September 11th, and then in the days and weeks and months to follow, at great peril and risk to themselves, and many are suffering to this day, is exactly why the House Judiciary Committee earlier today passed a unanimous permanent extension of the Zadroga Act to make sure that moving forward, there is never again any uncertainty. We expect that bill will come to the floor of the House of Representatives
Why
shortly.
did Jon Stewart have to be the one to make that happen?
Well, we were already moving forward in that regard, but I think his eloquent and thoughtful and heartfelt articulation of the importance of the issue perhaps will shake some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle who've been reluctant to move forward in this direction. We want to see a strong bipartisan vote on the floor of the House of Representatives. I expect that will happen shortly. And then we need Mitch McConnell, the self-described Grim Reaper, to do his job in the Senate.
Thank you, Jon Stewart. Leave it to a Jersey guy to get the job done. Congressman, thank you so much. Hakeem Jeffries for joining us this evening.